Greetings, 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 royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. Give me 1 second. We are definitely back on this beautiful day to give you some wonderful content. And today we have Young Miami. Child, Young Miami is definitely in the news. You all saw that she was on her podcast, Carisha Please. Join us in this intriguing video as Young Miami from Diddy's Revolt gets surprised by Taylor at a party. The element of surprise leads to an interesting reaction. Don't miss out. Watch now for a boost in mindfulness, relaxation, and creativity. Let's go ahead and head on to Queen City. You know what? I love my intro, outro, whatever you want to call it. Like, I really, really, really love it. And listen here, today is day 4 of being sober, you guys. Today is day 4 of being sober. I've not had anything to drink. I am strictly sticking to my water diet. And when I tell you I feel so amazing, I feel so amazing. I mean, I didn't need the extra additives to kind of be myself, but child, they didn't hurt. But get into this. This is for adult audiences only, must be 18 plus to hang at the Butterfly Lounge. Welcome to Queen City, the Butterfly Lounge. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel and all of the good and great things that we are working on. Okay, so let me give you guys a rundown. So Young Miami decides to get up on Carisha Please and do an interview. Now, I did see her last interview on Carisha Please, and the last one that I watched with her was with her and P. Diddy. Yeah, it was with her and P. Diddy. And I did want to say this. I wanted to make mention of this that Carisha is definitely a city girl, right? But before we get into it, because this is not a bash, this is not a tear down. We're here to give commentary and give you the news, okay? We're going to start off with the daily devotion, accepting criticism. God can use input from others to help you grow, even when it's offered incorrectly. August the 9th, 2024, Proverbs 10:17 through 18. Nobody likes criticism. It's often unsolicited and rarely fun, yet God can take even a wrong attitude, bad timing, or harsh tone of voice and still tell us something we need to hear. That's why we're wise to pay attention when people judge us negatively. Invited or not, criticism gives us an opportunity to examine ourselves, take notice of weak areas, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. If we fail to listen, our potential for mental, emotional, and spiritual growth is limited. While not all opinions are valid, it's important to respond well and evaluate criticism correctly. First, do not immediately reject the comment or defend yourself. Instead, consider what was said and ask God if He's trying to tell you something. Then, thank the person for the interest in your growth and reflect on the observation. Next, evaluate the criticism and determine what exactly is under scrutiny: your beliefs, your character, your behavior, or God. Finally, view this as an opportunity for growth. And if necessary, apologize to the person you've offended. Jesus died on the cross for us, so we as believers are certain of his acceptance. When we remember this, the disapproval of others will feel less significant and hurtful. And as we learn to respond correctly, we'll be blessed to find ourselves growing. So don't limit yourself on your growth because of how somebody feels about you. Listen here, I get criticized on a daily, and it's just something that you just have to take with a grain of salt. I mean, I am a public figure now, so with my public figure, it comes with a lot of responsibility, right? So, speaking of responsibility, let me be responsible and go on over here to the chat and see what you all are saying. We have Debbie Jones in the building. Not Diddy stole my youth. Hashtag no Diddy. Yes, he did. He stole her youth. He stole it. It was her youth that he stole. Okay. He stole it. And this is going to make a lot of sense because when I start getting into these details, Young Miami is actually going to talk herself into not really looking credible for her dude, right? So we have Miss Messenger for the Spiritual Army, Miss Barbara. She says, "Hey, Queen Tulsa, listen here. If you're a content creator, guess what? Let the people know that you're a content creator in the chat so they can come over and give you a like and a view." All right, now let's get into the real meat and potatoes of this all. Now, I don't know if you all remember that Carisha, Young Miami, had did an interview with P. Diddy, and this was 2 years ago, right? And I've noticed a big change from 2 years ago into now because it seems like on that interview, Young Miami was not she wasn't trained well. It seems like she's got a little bit, I mean a tiny bit of media PR um speaking, PR speaking. Because when she was on the interview with Diddy, it seemed as though she was very nervous, she was very uncomfortable, and really she didn't know where they were in their relationship or even in their journey, right? Because she ended up asking him the question like, what are we and whatever. So I wanted to bring up this audio right quick of Young Miami and Diddy's interview. Okay. They're going to talk about their relationship and things like that. But I want you guys to get into this because it's way different from the Saucy Santana interview. And I want y'all to check out his behavior. I want y'all to check out his body language. And I want y'all to check out Young Miami's body language because in this particular interview, it was very shady to me. And I want y'all to know this: Diddy sold his shares or stocks or sold REVOLT. Oh my goodness. No, The babies are out again. Um, and so sorry guys, I'm working from home today. And yeah, let's just get into this interview right quick.
The performance and give people surprises. So it was, I had a great time, you know, and it really was like my welcome back to just being out here and entertaining and being off of, because I was hibernating for a minute, you know, and so I had a great time. And it just,
What y'all, he said that he was hibernating, and you know, I really want y'all to get into his body language. This is going to say a lot, and this is going to prove the point that I want you all to understand. Because when Carisha did her live interview with Saucy Santana, she was deflecting. She was deflecting. Oh, they went over to the neighbor's yard. Look through that hole. Look through that hole. There should be one more over there. Yes. Okay. Let's get into it.
I'm just happy to be back, like just making music, you know.
You back in your bag.
I'm back in my bag.
Stay in your bag. Stay
like
in your bag.
You know, you could fall out your bag, but you could get back in it though too. You know,
like we back.
I'm a living testimony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like eye contact.
Eye contact.
Yeah, take them off. So
okay, so Cali Girl is in the building. Hey, Cali Girl. Cali Girl says, how did she expose Diddy? I didn't watch it. Child, I'm glad you here. Listen here, what I need you to do is put your headbuds in, get your relaxation, baby. It's Friday. It is 6:13 p.m. today, Friday, August the 9th. If you don't have nothing else scheduled, I need you to be tuned in right here to the Queen Tulsa show. We're going to let you know, okay?
So, how has fatherhood been since the passing of Kim Porter?
The fatherhood has been really, really real, because I was like a part-time father, you know what I'm saying? Kim and Sarah and everybody had everything held down. And then, man, you know.
Okay, so looking at this, can he look Carisha dead in the face and talk about Kim Porter? No, he cannot. I want y'all here. Let me amp this up a little bit. Maybe I need to amp it up a little bit. Hold on. Okay, y'all, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me center this right quick. I want you all to really get into his body language. Like, I really want that part to be focused on. Okay. All right, let me just okay. You're welcome, Cali Girl. Okay, are y'all able to see that real clear? Okay.
Just losing Kim, it was just like I was a full-time father. My life is really like going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really real, you know what I'm saying? Going from, you know, just being on the road and stuff to like actually having to raise 3 girls, and I've never been in this situation. And, you know, I guess God gave me some karma, hit me 3 times. 3 times. I got 3 girls turning 16.
How did it make you feel?
So he feels that his children are karma. And if we really want to talk about the parenting, let's talk about how he up and dipped out on his children when that raid had come underway. His children were actually put in handcuffs. I mean, these are not just the regular 911 police. This was a raid, and you're talking about the high the highest part of the security here in the United States, right? They all went into that home, and everybody had to come out, bringing things out. Fire as much as he is. When that man was out there at that house, when Kim Porter had went to glory, why was he there? Why was Corey Gamble there? Why was Kamora Lee Simmons there? How are they all tied together? Remember Kamora Lee Simmons? Remember her home? The fireplace or something in her house caught on fire out of the blue. Let's get into it.
I'm proud of my daughters. Like when I see my daughters, I just get so filled with pride. They're so beautiful and strong. They're like really, really like strong young women, and they have their own opinions, and they have their own points of views, and they have their own dreams, and it's just like really beautiful to see, and it's clear why women run the world. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm around them.
So I feel like that's something me and you got in common.
Okay, so let me just say this, and some of y'all may agree, y'all may not agree. If it wasn't for a man and if it wasn't for a woman, nobody could co-create. So both parties are responsible for creating, right? So we can't just discredit one because we don't agree with the other. I feel like there's no, okay, because you're carrying the baby, you're higher. Oh, because you stuck it in me and you made the baby, you're higher. No, you're equal. You're equal. And I have to give my commentary. I have to stop and give my commentary because y'all already know how they give it up. But I wanted to start off with this interview first because then we can go into the Saucy Santana's interview, because here y'all will see that Young Miami is not, she don't seem like she went through like speaking, like she didn't have a coach to help her speak. So sometimes she gets a little caught up, but we're not going to be hard on her. We're just going to listen.
I mean, like, I lost my baby father, and I felt like I never really got a chance to like grieve about it because I was working.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got a chance to like express how I felt, or I already never really went through the emotion. So when it did hit me, I was just like fucked up. Like it hit me at a bad time. It had me like really depressed, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I went through like therapy, and I felt like that didn't work because it's like I'm talking to somebody that don't know nothing about me, and they trying to tell me how to feel. How did you, like, what was your grieving process? Like, what was something you did?
At first I would just like, I cried for like 3 months straight. I would just be like walking around crying, like, you know what I'm saying? And like just all the time. And it just hurt so bad, you know what I'm saying? And I just didn't, I was just like not moving. I had like isolated myself, and yeah, it was it was rough, you know what I'm saying? It was rough. I really could not control.
See, he's saying that, he was, crying. He cried for 3 days straight and things like that. But what I want y'all to remember is that little baggie that somebody had going around and making sure that he was in a relaxed state. Okay? He was in a relaxed state because allegedly somebody had a bag with substances in it that would give it to him. You had to have it. It had to be on restock. And if memory serves me correctly, it was in the tabloids that Young Miami allegedly was transferring that pink powdery substance. So let's not forget any of that, okay?
Crying. I would be anywhere, and just any memory would just get me and really break me down. And
well, here's a memory right here. You're talking about Kim Porter. You're talking about the hurt, the pain. I don't see no emotion. Can y'all see the emotion? Hold on, let me bring myself down. Can y'all? Well, actually, I don't want to put that whole thing up. I still want it to be, Okay, here. Let me see if I can size this up. Are y'all able to see this? Because I want y'all able to see this. Give me a second. Okay. Hopefully y'all are able to see it a little bit better, but get into this commentary because it's going to make sense. Y'all might say, well, Queen Tosa, why are you going back 2 years? Because I want y'all to see something. I want y'all to see the patterns, the behaviors, what's genuine, what's not. Because really, in my opinion, I feel like Diddy somehow gave Young Miami something that revolt. I feel like she has ties to where she's making that money from revolt. Because remember, he had to sever his ties with certain people because they were like, okay, these lawsuits, they don't look good for our business. Okay.
But as time went on, and I had to deal with the reality, and really, really prayer and God. And
No, we don't know. That's why she's asking you. We don't know. That's why she's asking you. Just no remorse at all for nobody, for not even the woman that laid down and had the babies for you. Just nothing. Because you know what you did. You bought that woman's casket a month before she went to glory. That's why it's no emotion. It's no emotion right now because that tape didn't come out. This was 2 years ago, y'all. No emotion. He's just all this good guy.
talking to God is what really, got me through it. And I had a wonderful life in time with Kim, you know what I'm saying? And I have beautiful kids, and I'm just like the luckiest man in the world, you know what I'm saying? To even have had the experience to have her in my life, So yes, it's a daily thing though, but I'm back up on my feet, and I'm ready to love again.
Period. Let's take a shot. Shot o'clock.
Listen here, we're not even about to do that because I think what they about to do, okay. We're not gonna promote none of that. Anywho. But look at him. This is around the time when he had that deal with DeLeon. Right? He's got the deal right there. He wants to act like he's vulnerable, but this man looks like he wants to take off on Young Miami in 0.3 seconds. Like he looks like, I mean, it just depends on what question she's on. You will tell that he gets irritated by a question because it's like, okay, now you're doing too much, and that's why I say when we get over here to the Soft Seas interview, you'll see a totally difference in her responses and just kind of how she answers things.
I always loved tequila, and always had a dream of just having my own tequila. So when I did Ciroc, when I did the deal with them, I was like, if I knock this Ciroc out the park, like I need to get this tequila off. And so, Ciroc is number one now, and we got the smoothest tequila in the game.
So,
well, guess what? If you got off on Ciroc and the tequila was doing much better, and you had opportunities, then I want to assume that it was money woes. Because, like I said, when those lawsuits start hitting, and I feel like when Cassie put out her lawsuit, it was a lot of y'all. Oh, he didn't do that. Why would he have to do that? He's got millions of dollars. He's rich. But then y'all saw him running down that hallway like he was running a home run on somebody's baseball team. No, he decided to punt that woman and throw things at that woman. And y'all acting like y'all ain't never seen no man with anger issues.
So me and you do something on Fridays. It's called Fuck It Fridays.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Fuck It Friday. Cheers. Cheers to Carisha, please.
That's my love.
Fuck It Friday. We got to make that into a song.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Fuck It Friday is about mental health. You know what I'm saying? It's so much precious
Is it me or does it seem like he's under the influence of something? Does it seem, oh, thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara's messenger for the spiritual army says, keep up the good work, Queen. I will be joining your panel as soon as I place the right card. Okay, and thank you so much for your donation and supporting the platform. Let me give you a thank you and we'll jump right back into it. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, and Miss Barbara is our sponsor of the day. You guys get on over there. That's the channel right there, Messenger for the Spiritual Army Angels. And thank you for your $5. Yes. Now let's get back into this content. Let's go. Let's go.
So much stuff going on in the world right now. And that self-love is important. And as I was saying earlier, you know, I went through this healing journey. And I had to start to let things go. You know, I had to just really like protect my mind. And you know, I think it's important for everybody. Like at the end of the week, it's just so much going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so fucking Friday is like that time, like after you finish work, and it's just like, that's you time. I look forward to like to the commercials and also taking you to Mexico. You know,
we going to Mexico?
Yeah, to Mexico and really just learn about.
Okay, so y'all, this is where it's going to get very uncomfortable, because not only are they going to talk about their relationship, but they're also, Young Miami is going to say, well, pretty much, what are we? If you and I are together and, you know, we are under one accord, I shouldn't have to ask you, what are we on national television?
Killer, you know, take you to the agave fields and
okay, when we going?
We going soon.
I want to go tomorrow.
We supposed to go.
I want to go tomorrow.
We want to go tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go tomorrow though.
But look, anything that she wanted, anything that, you know, so it just lets me know that Young Miami was really not calling the shots. In my opinion, she was doing her beardly duties. Okay? So that means being his beard, being his arm candy, showing up, popping that thing, you know? That's I didn't really see anything about it, because when I saw them out, it was one particular time. It was a viral video. It was a club scene or something. Maybe it was a video or something, but she was in there jumping her butt, and you know, it was other women around, and it just seemed like it was a FO. That's what it seemed like to me, child. Let's go.
We're gonna go. We're gonna set up a trip. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take a couple of people. And we're gonna go out there and do a tequila tasting, Deleon, and you know what I'm saying? Really, so when you're out there talking about it, you'll know. I mean, tequila is sexy as a motherfucker. Go to Mexico City, turn up, act bad.
Bad. So I'm gonna call you Love for this question.
Okay. Call me Love.
Love. Do you like making love or fucking?
Making love.
Woo, child. Okay, so in this part right here, if Diddy goes and I don't know, he just appears to be under the influence. I mean, he's got bags under his eyes. I know he's, you know, like 50 plus years old, but something about me says that he stole her youth.
Nah. I don't like to be fighting and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely more sensual.
You don't like quickies and all that. You like to make love.
So he said he don't like fighting and all that. Well, why would you be fighting while you in bed? Listen, I know because maybe it was an act going on. There were more than one contenders in the bed, and you didn't do what he liked, and you know, it's time to, put that muscle on you.
Like marathon sex.
Ooh.
Period. Period.
That sounds real fun. Try to see what that's about now, man. So, how did you feel when you heard Rap Freaks?
Rap Freaks?
And I was like, let me put it on your face like the roaches.
First of all, I was mad at you because like that was a real traumatic story. like I was traumatized from those roaches, and it's when I heard it first, I was just like, man, she just went and just didn't know how that really traumatized me. And I remember calling you. I was like, like the roaches thing was a traumatic situation.
Y'all see how he got that fist up? Y'all see how he got that fist up? You know what this means? Do you know what this? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? That's that. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? And baby, I might hit you with a left. I might hit you with a right. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause on this one. I'm going to pause on that one and give me a second. I'm going to pause on that one. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to bring up this interview right here. So this interview right here, this one is with Saucy Santana. Okay. So this one is with Saucy Santana. All right. So I guess I could go back just a little bit. But let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's discuss this interview because I want y'all to pay attention to that last interview. Young Miami didn't seem like she was briefed on anything. But when we get over here to the Saucy Santana, what I feel is Saucy Santana is laying all the groundwork out for her. It seemed like they had a conversation, a meeting before this interview, and it was don't make me look bad. Don't make me and Diddy look bad together, and don't hold me accountable for when I should have stood up as a woman. Right? These are my opinions. Let's go.
You were around these things. So what was your experience like, dating him?
Well, I met Diddy at P Party, and I met him when he was in a love era. And I met Diddy when the world was celebrating.
Okay, so get into this. Young Miami said that she met Diddy at P's party. If y'all don't know who P is was the owner of Quality Control. That's who the Migos was under. That's who the City Girls were under. And don't give me the line on other artists, but y'all already know how that went. First and foremost, it was the Migos beef, and then it was then Takeoff got taken up out of here. Takeoff had got taken up out of here, and Quality Control, they were in debt allegedly. But y'all already know with these celebrities and these people that get into these contracts and get with these labels, they have insurance policies on you. They're going to recoup their money one way or another. Whether if you're here, whether if you're gone, whether if they have to do what they got to do. And you know what I'm talking about. Let's get into it.
Him and giving him his flowers while he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did. He was getting the Global Icon Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Key to the City. He had a new album that was coming out. So I was celebrating.
Girl, why would you bring the Key to the City up? The Key to the City has been revoked. So Young Miami, somebody needs to prep her. Who's her friend? Who's talking to her? Girl, they took the key. He's not a key holder.
Right here with the world. And I just feel like everybody trying to crucify me for it. Like you was his biggest advocate, you was his cheerleader, but I was just celebrating when the world was celebrating him.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I being crucified or why am I being separated?
Yeah.
When I was dating him, it was love, love, love. The frequency is high. We used to laugh because that's like, you know what I'm saying? It's always What's up, Queen?
Yes.
So I just felt like I met him like in a whole new.
Well, this is my thing. Okay, y'all was in that moment and y'all feeling good and things like that. Well, why didn't Saucy Santana step up to the plate and kind of intervene right there? Like, I felt like with that being his friend, it was a bias. It's a biased interview. It's a bias. Oh, we got a new member up in here. Messenger for the Spiritual Army Angels became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Let's thank you once again, our channel sponsor. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, Queen, you are given no breaks. Yes, listen here. There is no breaks to be given. Lunch break is over. It's time to really get down into it. And like I said, with the whole Diddy case, it is traumatizing to some people because you have survivors out there, and then they have to um, watch everything unfold, and then we all know that young Miami is nobody's fool. She didn't just wake up yesterday, and I think that she has a little bit more sense than she portrays to the public. And my thing is, where was your mother? What was your mother? Because Diddy and her mother is the same age. What? But anywho, let's go.
Area, and that wasn't my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I met him, it was just like I told y'all on season 1. I even asked him like, "Why you fucking with me? Why you fucking with a city girl?
Yeah.
Why you coming into my room? Because I'm on some whole other shit. Like you know my lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like when I got with him, he was just a man. Like it was more of like, okay, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna sit. We gonna communicate. We gonna get solutions. What's going on? Like we ain't even going that route. So that was my experience with him.
So a lot of the things that people really like say about him, you didn't experience that as in dating. That's not something that.
See, this is what I'm saying when Saucy Santana is coaching her. Saucy Santana is coaching her because she's, I don't know what beverages are going on, but she seems a little, on that level. And he is helping her respond to the questions that he's going to ask her. I'm going to bring it back just a little bit so y'all can see what I'm saying. He's prepping her. He's giving her the answer. And now he's saying, okay, go this way.
We're going to communicate. We're going to get solutions. What's going on? Like, we ain't even going that route. So
listen.
That was my experience with him.
So a lot of the things that people really like say about him, you didn't experience that as in dating. That's not something that you saw. So is that the reason why you never said anything? Is that the reason why when all of these allegations and lawsuits came apart, like why didn't you speak?
Because I can't speak on something that wasn't my experience. And I can't speak on something that I don't know. I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at the time. I don't know that person and that wasn't my experience.
So with you being, I feel like, a survivor.
Well, if that wasn't your experience, it was plenty of women that had come out and are still coming out. I mean, when you talk about Tiffany Red and her story, she wrote Cassie's music, and I know you saw that because Saucy Santana, your messy friend, he has messy people. They're going to be sending him stuff. You know what?
Domestic violence. He never hit you in a relationship. He was never violent. Was that something that you had to tolerate, or that's just that wasn't a part of, because I feel like that's the biggest thing to him right now is, what he going through in these lawsuits and, that video that came out. And it's like, I feel like a lot of
No, his biggest thing right now is utilizing you and Young Miami to come on here and put out a story. And y'all and he was thinking and hoping and praying that we will all say, oh no, Diddy's a good guy. We judged him wrong. Oh, he needs another chance. He don't get another chance. You got the Keefe D lawsuit. You got the court case. You got Cassie. You got Lil Rod. You've got a few other people that went out and filed lawsuits. Why can't we talk about that? When are you going to up and go? When is it too much for you, being that you've been in DV before? Why would you want to sit around and stick around with something like that? My first thing would be a separation until we figure out what's going on. And I think Young Miami would have had the people on her side had she done that. But it was like, girl, F you. She even went so far as to tweet out to that lady Gina that was on Tasha K's channel and let the whole world know what Diddy did to her and her unborn child that was in her stomach. Let's wake it up.
People are wondering, was that your experience? And I know personally that you've been through domestic violence before, and I don't think that's something that, I know that's something that you've grown from and that you don't tolerate.
I've been through domestic violence in 2 relationships. And I told myself, after the second relationship, I would never put myself in that situation again, especially now being that I'm a mom. I was a mother then, but like...
Okay, so 3rd time's the charm. Okay, you got you another DV situation. This is the 3rd time. The 3rd time's a charm. Are you going to wake up, Young Miami? Like, you let this... I want to say that you're grandfathered in because he's old enough to be your grandfather. So you got grandfathered in and you didn't do your research. Nobody around you cared enough to tell you like what that was about. But like you said, you're a young girl, you know, your music was scamming, selling that twat, and doing the most. Y'all remember the Claremont twins? Remember those Claremont twins? They end up going to jail. One of them was it Shannon? Shannon, I believe she went to jail for the city girl behavior. Let's go.
Have my daughter. Like, I would never put myself in that position. I don't stand for domestic violence. I'm just not going for that.
So do you feel like with dating Diddy, like, was it a business relationship? Do you feel like it was beneficial for you?
I feel like it was beneficial for both of us. I think that, like, you know, I was...
No, why didn't you say... Follow up that question with, okay, you were getting your allowance. What did you have to do for that allowance? You got your Mercedes truck. What did you have to do for that Mercedes truck? I mean, this is my thing. When somebody has a sugar daddy, they have a sugar daddy, right? They're not in the spotlight. This man has long money, right? What did you do for that allowance? What did you do for that allowance?
Was able to come and be a brand ambassador for DeLeon and take it to a whole nother level, because I feel like, I won't say nobody wasn't drinking DeLeon, but
nobody wasn't drinking DeLeon.
But when I came, it was just like, it's a city or a summer, we drinking DeLeon, we acting bad. So I feel like I was an asset. I honestly just feel like with Diddy, like, you know, I met him at a P party and I don't know what his intentions was, but I don't know if it was like business.
Right there, she thought that she was an asset. Asset to what? An asset to take advantage, an asset to play little mind games, an asset to be a damn ground so you can walk all over me. That's what it sounds like to me, Young Miami. You didn't care how you was gonna get it as long as you got it. You don't care who you had to shut off, who you had to distance yourself from. You didn't give a damn because everything was good. Everything was going good for you. Things have slowed down. Your music not selling. City girls not together. Now what? Back to the strip club? You about to be on your Jocelyn Hernandez? Can we expect to see you on Jocelyn's Cabaret? Now that the money's drying up?
Or he really liked me, but I felt like, when he got me, he really saw something in me, and that's why he was like, you know what, you got a big personality, like you should do a podcast, like you know how to engage in conversations, like you know how to ask good questions. So I felt,
girl, wait a minute. You in the music industry. You're not a blogger. You're not a personality. You're not a radio host. So you done went from rapping and now you got to go into podcasting because his way of thinking and his past behaviors when it comes to music, you can't be above him. So that's why you had to be down here. And that's why you are getting the scraps. Because like you said, hey, he's a billionaire, right? A billionaire can't help you with your career. Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're billionaires. Where's the disconnect? Like, what is it that you're not telling us? Come off script and just give us the real. I think that we will respect you more if you just came out and said, hey, this is what it is. Instead of trying to protect him, he's not out here protecting you.
but like, I came into his world and I was able to like turn everything he had going on up a notch. Like, he had Delion. I was able to have the whole world drinking Delion, putting in his songs. Like, I made it popular,
Yeah.
And then with Revolt, I was able to come and make it the #1 podcast on Revolt.
Yeah.
So I felt like, and then with him, it was like he was able to, take my career to the next level. I did the Met Gala. I got ready with Vogue. Like, I wasn't going into the relationship thinking like, I want to get a purse. I want to go on private jets. I want to get diamonds. Like, I feel like I'm up under a mogul. I want to learn something, like I want to learn business. I want to learn how to, okay, you got a network. How can I get a network?
Child, sounds like you want to know how to flip. Because, child, they say he's been flipping that money. He's been flipping everything but the truth, okay? Let's get into it.
Or, you had a Sean John. How can I make Carisha Please the next Sean John? So I went into that relationship like on a like more of like, I want to become a mogul and I want to learn up under you. Most people just want to get their body done. You want to get a trip. You want to just do that video. I wasn't one of them.
And I that's what I respect about you, because even though you a city girl, me being your best friend and knowing you very womanly. I always say that, and like just a grown woman. And so I even seen the elevation in your production, and your team, that you started hiring business managers.
Hello.
And
I think that like when you get around people, you see certain things. Like you're able to, like, you should be able to learn something from.
Okay, it's given to me that Young Miami and Saucy Santana is sharing that man. It's just given that. It's given it. And the reason why I say is because I think Saucy, because y'all know he's bisexual, right? This is not something that I'm making up. Saucy says that he's bisexual. And so when we think about these FOs and things like that, people have different types of visions of what they want to see. And I think that they've all been in a room before, at a party, and they know how each other party. All right. So get into it. Damn opportunist. Yes, he is. She is indirectly saying they both was using each other. There you go. That's what the flip. And listen here, when I say the flip, baby, it's the flip, it's the flop, honey, it's the top, it's the bottom, it's all of that. Let's go.
Somebody, and I felt like I was able to see like how should my business be operating. Like I should have a chief of staff.
Yeah.
I should have a business manager. You know, I should have all these things in place. And that's what I was learning. Like I took that more of like a learning experience as far as like trying to become a mogul. That's why I'm like, I'm a mogul. I'm a businesswoman. I'm not just a rapper. Like I'm bigger than rap.
So I'm ready to get into some smoke because I feel like you popping it and you putting everything on the floor. So we really want to dig a little deeper into your Miami.
You ready for the smoke?
I'm ready for the smoke. Is you ready? So when it comes to, you know, City Girls and JT, y'all was having an argument on Twitter. You felt like, you know, she was making songs about you.
Okay, I'm just gonna answer this for you. Diddy was involved. This was kind of like if Diddy had experience with Biggie, right? They were, you know, business partners, right? You had Biggie was about to separate and do his own thing because he wasn't satisfied with everything that was going on, right? Well, I got to give it up to Carisha. Okay, you was doing your thing when JT was locked up, but let's not act like JT wasn't still in there writing bars, wasn't coming out doing her thing. JT right now, JT is showing everybody that she has put in the work. She has an album out. She wasn't worried about who was listening, who didn't come, or who did this and who did that. She got it done. JT, I feel like is our, you know, our brown, beautiful sister, Lil Kim and Foxy Brown. It's like she's bringing that back when rap was sexy and not just raunchy and, you know, cheap. You know, rap right now, it for the ladies, they make themselves look cheap. You know, back then it was. If y'all don't remember the hardcore, used to put now I throw list to the handle it like a real, okay? I mean, it was hardcore, you know, like, yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm gonna handle it like a real, you know. But this old watered down rap or whatever they have going on nowadays, I don't get into it. And that's why sometimes I don't listen to it. And that's why sometimes y'all can catch me listening to Little Kim, Foxy Brown, and stuff like that. Y'all might get tired of hearing it, but I feel like that was real music back then. All right. Miss Barbara says, Queen, stay professional. I don't want to see no smoke and monetize. Okay. Thank you, Miss Barbara. I'm not going to smoke. Okay. So listen here. We have about 7 more minutes of this broadcast. We'll do maybe like a minute of this. We'll play this. And then afterwards, I'll drop the link if you
feel like you're throwing a rock and hot in your hand. Where do y'all stand at today as City Girls and just as sisters, as friends?
She ain't all good and it's not all bad. Like, we don't talk every day, but it's no beef on my end. I still look at her like as family, but it's not like we on the phone, we chatting every day or we checking in like, hey, you know, she posting my shit, I'm posting her shit. It's not, I won't say we beefing, but it's not.
Do you feel like taking it to the internet or do you feel like things that happen?
No, what he should have asked her was, do you think that your relationship had anything to kind of do with that? Do you think her relationship with whoever she was with had anything to do with that? We are at our 5-minute mark. We have 5 minutes more of the show. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in case anybody wants to come up, sound off, and give their opinion. And while we do that, I'll go ahead and read this article on Young Miami. So there's the link. Okay. So there's the link in case any of you all want to come up, sound off for the last few minutes of the show. But what I'm going to do right now is just bring up this article. Okay. And this is from Complex. It says, Young Miami goes on tirade after video surfaces of her being served legal papers at party. The City Girls member reached her boiling point on X over merchandise that she denies selling. This was by Jelani Turner Williams. All right, that's Young Miami. Here's the article. Young Miami has found herself in another legal battle. On Sunday morning, April 7th, the City Girls member had a multi-post rant on X, okay, about supposedly being served legal papers in Houston over the weekend in an Instagram video posted by Larry Taylor. The alleged documents were given to Young Miami on behalf of Charlie C., founder of Agbad ENT LLC. C has accused Young Miami of trademark infringement, and although she doesn't appear to sell merch with the phrase, Diddy released a single last May featuring City Girls and Fabulous titled Act Bad. So this is the type of time that she's on, right? So when we talk about when they say act bad, yeah, the act bad, yeah. Diddy had come together and JT and Young Miami did Act Bad. I didn't really too much care for the song, and neither did the charts. Okay, so let's read a little bit more. What is this? Young Miami says to Taylor in the video after he gets her attention while she's among party attendees. To my homeboy Charlie C., you've been served. Taylor tells her. Okay, so apparently, he was a process server. Clearly, the moment riled Young Miami up for her to react on X, particularly months after she was alleged to have transported pink powder along with being a S worker in a lawsuit against Diddy. I'm so tired of the internet and people effing with me every day, she wrote. Also says, trying to serve me some paperwork. Oh, trying to serve me some paper over merch that I'm not selling is lame. Like everybody want to go viral so bad. Let's go viral. I'm tired. She also stated, like, take y'all the F on. Over some merch I don't sell. She also goes on to tweet, get behind me because I'm ready to crash the F out. Ciao. Well, listen here. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you and how you feel about the commentary, and what are your thoughts on the situation? So this has been a lovely, amazing broadcast. Thank you so much. And shout out to our channel sponsor today. It is Miss Barbara. She did become a member today. Okay, she is our channel sponsor. If you want to support our channel, you can send us super chat, super stickers, Cash App, drop something in a comment, become a member. We are actually going to have a little bit of fun on here. I am day four of being sober. So today is my 4th day of being sober, you all. And I'm really loving it. I'm appreciating each and every day. I did have a slip up maybe the other day. I went into the fridge and I saw Truly, and that was like one of my favorites. And I'm not going to lie, I grabbed it and I didn't leave. So I was standing right there at the fridge and I said, Spirit said, that's not yours. So I said, this is not mine. Let me put it back. I put it back in the refrigerator and I'm good. So thank you all for your support and listening here. If you're out there struggling with anything, put your mind to it. You can beat it. On that note, I'm your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome to Queen City. And until next time, so long.